Hey, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a brand new blade build with curved greatswords because if you did not know, in the recent patch 1.09, they have buffed the speed, range, and recovery time with some of the attacks including Great Hammer, Great Axe, Great Sword, and Curved Greatsword. This means there's a lot of great options and a lot of things to be tested out. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about how you can create this build right now. We are first going to talk about talismans. We want to head over here towards the first step, Lost Grace, interact with the white mask that is straight ahead. He will ask you a question, choose the top option, and then from there, he will ask if you will take out Godric the Grafted. Essentially, once you have done this, you can then head back towards this spot, which is the first step, and he's going to ask you, hey, can you go to the round table, blah, 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 and yeah, you're going to want to do this so that you can then go to the next step. Again, defeat Godric the Grafted, go back to White Mask, talk to him, he will then ask you to go towards the round table. Once you have went to the round table, talk to the finger lady and the two fingers. And then what you're going to notice is that they're going to talk you through everything. Essentially, pretty much the tutorial for Remembrance. Then we'll want to go towards Rose Church, talk to the White Mask, and then we can then go ahead and choose the first option. The conversation will go on. Eventually, he will give you one of the bloody fingers. You can use this to invade 3 times. Then, once you have invaded 3 times, talk to him again and choose the first option. You will then receive Lord of the Blood's favor, and you can then go towards the Church of Inhibition, and we're going to take towards the left side here, talk to this maiden, well, not talk to her because she's already gone, capished, but yeah, you'll pick up the Lord of the Blood favors, and now you have that. Go ahead and take that back towards the White Mask, and then you'll be rewarded with the Bloody Finger, and not only that, you will be rewarded with the Blood Medal, and this can help you teleport straight towards Mogwyn's Dynasty Mausoleum. Now, I know there's a specific name, the Pure Blood's Night Medal. I'm just going short here with the names. Yet once you have used the medal, you can then head towards this direction, which is going to be the northeast. You will eventually take it right, head towards the southeast here, and you will see that you will be invaded here shortly because you will be kicked off of your mount. And eventually you will see that, hey, the White Mask is invading. You can then defeat him, and once you have defeated the White Mask, there's going to be 2 more that we need to take out before we can even unlock the armor. Now, note that if you have taken out the invaders in some sort of funky order, you may be able to receive the armor right away, so that's just something to take note of. Yet, if you have not taken out the rest, then let me show you where they are. We are going to travel towards the northeast from this exact spot, so just head forward and go towards that general direction. You should see a tree and the invader will pop up, and the final one can be found right before the boss room, and it's next to the Lost Grace. Once you have done so, you will unlock that armor and apply it towards your character, specifically the helmet, and we'll get into all of the critical things that you need to apply. For now, let's just head towards the Summon Water Village, and we're going to pick up a specific talisman over here. We want to locate a cellar, which can be found right over here towards the left. You will see it because there's going to be some stairs, and you can take this directly down below and pick up the chest. Although you will need a key. If you do not have any keys for this, then you will not be able to unlock it, so make sure that you have one that you can use. Once you have used the key, go downstairs, and then we're going to locate the door straight ahead. Open up the door and you will find a chest. And the turtles here, they're pretty friendly. They're not going to hurt you, so don't worry about that. Open up the chest and now you have a talisman. We now have the green turtle talisman. And the specific Lost Grace that we just traveled from was Summon Water Village outskirts. Continuing on, the next talisman that we are going to pick up, which is definitely essential to this build, and this is going to be right over here at the Stillwater Cave. You're going to enter in, you can interact with the Lost Grace, so this way you have some way of spawning back. Go in and head towards the southeast here, hop over this gap, and go towards the left here. Avoid the enemies the best that you can. Honestly, if you take the path that I'm taking, you will be able to avoid them 100%. Go up, take a left, and watch out for the poison pool there. What you will notice in the next room is a few enemies, so the best thing is to do is take a right and try to go fast. Do not pause like I did right there, because it honestly would have been really bad. I'm on New Game Plus, not fun at all. Interact with the mist door. We are going to go through, and you should see the boss straight ahead. Take out the Clean Rot Knight and you will be rewarded with the Winged Sword Insignia. The next talisman I recommend picking up is going to be the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, and where you can find this is right over here at the Balcony Avenue. You'll go down, take a left, and we're going to locate a well. You're going to locate this right here on the right side next to these broken buildings. Drop down below, and then from here take a left. Once you've taken a left, you can then drop down below. You do not have to really take the ladder, okay? Just skip past it, drop down below, and then head towards the southeast here. You will notice that there's no way to go towards the right, so continue forward. We are going to then go forward and drop down below, or you can take the stairs like a normal person. Continue along. There are some rats here that can be avoided for the most part. If you're trying to open up the door, they will attack you while you're opening, so yeah, that can be a pain. Then drop down, go towards the right. There's going to be another ladder. You can simply skip the mechanic there as well. You'll notice the gargoyles, the small little midget ones there. Then drop down and land safely here. Go towards the left and then drop down and land safely. You will notice there's going to be some bigger enemies in this location. We want to avoid them as best as possible. If not, just head towards the south and go inside here. You will then want to take a right or a left, depending on which way you are looking at this. You will then locate the Lost Grace at the bottom, which is going to be the Lindell Catacombs. You can then head straight downwards, past the stair steps here. Then you're going to take a left, so you're heading towards the southeast. Jump over and then continue up and take a right. Do not go forward. All you want to do is just take a right. Avoid those enemies. You will see one in the distance here on the right. We are going to just wait on the left side here and then continue up once the flame has stopped. You can then take a right, go towards the northwest, go up the stairs, and then if you take a look at the right here, dodge this bigger enemy if you can. If you look straight ahead towards the northeast, you will see the same exact area that we just left. You can then drop down and do not take a left. If you do so, you will essentially be going towards a fake boss room. So do not go that way, take a right, and then go up the stairs. And what you will notice here is that there's going to be the same exact area, except the enemies are not there, and the flame trap is not active either. This will give us a good opportunity to hop on top of this flame trap, which will then lift us up so we can continue towards the southwest. What you will notice in this next room is that you're going to be able to take a right. If you have explored this previously, then you may have noticed that there was nowhere to go. Now there is. So take a left here or a right, depending on which way you're looking. Do not hop towards the right like I did. I hopped right down in the hole. Continue down the stairs. You can drop past the ladder here. You do not need to use it. Continue towards the northeast, and what you will see is that there's going to be a lever that we can pull. And guess what? Once you do pull this lever, this will then open up the boss room door, and you can then interact with the yellow mist and go against the boss. Once you do defeat this specific boss, you will be rewarded with the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. This is great for blood. Now, the thing is with blood build is, yeah, they have sort of nerfed it, essentially. So, it's still great to utilize, but it's, I guess, not as great as it once was. And the last item that we are going to pick up is going to be Margot's Cursed Sword. You can find this right at the end here at Lindell Capital. You can interact with the Mist Door, and once you've went through, you'll see the cutscene and whatnot. And of course, if you have first interacted with the door, you will see this, but if you've already interacted with it previously, you won't see the cutscene. But anywho, you can then defeat the boss, retrieve the remembrance, go back to the Finger Lady, and turn it in. If you are wondering, where are my other remembrances? I used a skip glitch, and if you have yet to check that out, definitely do so. So now that we have all the items, we can then apply this to our character. Let's open up the menu here. We're going to go Equipment, and let's attach the Margot's Cursed Sword. You do not need to level it up to plus 10. You can have this honestly as default, or even plus 1, plus 2. And for the armor, we are going to apply the White Mask. And essentially, if you do have these, you can apply the royal remains, and we are going to use these following talismans. If you have the better ones, such as the ones you get from Millicent, then definitely use those. I'm going to be using the one from the Stillwater Cave. We could then apply the rest of the talismans. If you do have some other talismans, like something like this one that I'm about to show you, where is it at here at the top, the Dragon Crest, then definitely use that one as well, because that will help negating damage. Now that we have all of this applied, we can then go in game and tackle down some enemies. I recommend this build if you are into PvE. I'm not too sure how well it does with PvP, but PvE, definitely worth using. This is on New Game Plus, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this quite a lot. It's one tap for a variety of enemies, and most of the bosses can be defeated within, I'd say 2 minutes or 3. Margot's pretty easy because of the bleed there, and try it out. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, turn the notifications on, and if you have any questions, leave them down below. If you're wondering, real quick, where are the stats? I will show that right here at the end, and you can copy everything down to a T. Thank you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video.